Hi moms. So today is a super important video. I want to make this brief, but I want to really hit those moms who are wondering what the heck they do now because they just got an ADHD diagnosis given to their child. I know it's really scary. I know there are some of you out there who don't have that actual diagnosis, but you just know in your gut that something's off with your child. And from everything that you're reading on the internet, you've decided, yeah, it's ADHD. So let me tell you something. Don't be scared. It's okay, and we're going to heal your child. Seriously, whether you just found out or whether you've been seeing these symptoms and effects for years, or perhaps your child is a teenager and they've tried many different medications for a number of years, and you're still just kind of wondering, wow, I wonder if there's another way that we can deal with this because it just seems like we're constantly running after the symptoms, and you're never really seeing a child who's at peace and who is focused and who is calm and who is able to compensate for their brain being inflamed all the time. So let me tell you this, take a breath and know that it can be done, and ADHD can be absolutely controlled and can be corrected, okay? So that's the first place I want you to go to, because once you have the belief that healing can come, you will think in a completely different way than what you've been thinking like. Because when you have told yourself that ADHD is something that has happened to your child and you have no control over it, then you're really running around like a chicken without its head, running from medication to medication and therapist to therapist, and you're kind of lost. Whereas if you come from the place that you know that ADHD is actually the culmination of many factors coming together, and that brain is on fire, and that there is a lot of inflammation in the body, and there are probably nutrients that are missing and minerals that are missing, and dietary factors that are problematic and are just adding to that inflammation. When you realize that, then you realize ADHD is not something that has happened to your child. It's just something that is happening within your child, and that we can correct that, okay? Now, while we correct it, we'll absolutely compensate for it, okay? Understand this too. There are so many supplements out there, and if you're like me, you are Googling all the time, oh, what supplement do I use for, a child who has sensory issues? What supplement do I use for anxiety, depression, OCD-like symptoms, ODD, oppositional defiant disorder? What do I use for that? And what I need you to understand is that when you start to clean them up, like you clean up their diet, we're going to start right there. What happens is that a lot of the behaviors that you are trying to correct are going to fall away. The anxiety, the depression, the trouble sleeping, the temper tantrums, the maniacal eyes, the sensory issues, they will fall away when we can pull out a lot of triggers that are in their diet, and we can simplify their diet and just make it really easy on their system. The inflammation starts to decrease. And once that happens, you will very slowly, you will see those very alarming behaviors that you're probably seeing right now, they will fall away. And then we add supplements. And then we, those are like those missing pieces for them. And then we add those, and we tweak with those, and we watch this different child emerge, right? And then maybe we teach them differently. Maybe we are constantly talking to them about how they feel and how we are healing their brain, because we want them to understand that what they're eating, and even the supplements that they're taking, and even the medications, if you have them on medications, we want them to be very in touch with how they're feeling. Because if they don't understand how they feel from day to day, then even they won't know that there's a way to compensate for that over time. Because we want to get them so cleaned up that even if they decide to go off track, and maybe they stop taking their supplements for a little bit, or they go off diet for a little bit, we want them to know, oh, I don't feel right. What am I doing wrong? And you might think, well, gosh, he'd need to be a teenager to even think like that. Now, when my child was, by the time he was 8, he was able to say to me, I think I had too much gluten. I think I had too much dairy. And he could have been wrong, but he still knew that something wasn't feeling right within him. And it probably was caused by something he was ingesting. So, and the other thing too is there's also ways to correct brain imbalances when there's learning glitches, like dysgraphia. Dysgraphia will show itself as, very, very difficult to ride a bike, tie your shoes, throw a ball. Then there's dyslexia. There's a lot of brain glitches, learning glitches that can be healed with brain integration therapy. And of course, there are definitely brain balance centers, but there are wonderful programs that you can do right in your own home with your own child, 20 minutes a day, 5 days a week. I know that you might say you have no time, you don't know what to do with that. We'll talk about that. There is nothing that I would tell you to do that I haven't done myself, and I will only give you that information that has absolutely worked for me. Because I want to save you the time. I want to save you the tears and the energy that I went through to figure out what ADHD was really all about. And so I'm really, really thrilled to help you. I ask that whatever questions come to mind, if you would put them in the comments below, I am happy to give you whatever knowledge I have. Thank you. I look forward to helping you.